Hey Siri, close the cinema blinds. That's pretty quick. Automated blinds, shades and curtains are one of the few smart home integrations that for me has a real impact beyond the gimmick of, ooh, that's cool lighting, or sheer laziness of being able to turn on the TV without the remote from your phone. With the climate rapidly changing and temperatures soaring, being able to regulate the temperature in a more traditional, low-power way is essential, particularly here in the UK where we don't have air conditioning. It's just not a thing. So for us, that boils down to automatically shutting out the light, closing the windows during the day, for instance, to keep the heat out and then opening up the airflow again at night once the sun's gone down. And it's not just temperatures, of course. If you find yourself unable to sleep with light of any kind, then keeping your circadian rhythm in check with sunlight exposure and a more natural wake-up is essential. And for that, automated blinds are ideal. SmartWings is the leading manufacturer of complete blinds and shades. Although you can buy retrofit upgrade kits elsewhere, SmartWings focuses on new self-install full shades with a huge range of options available. So whatever kind of alcove or window size you're trying to fit a blind into or around, SmartWings has you covered on all of their incredible range. I'm James Bruce, you're watching Matter Alpha, and today I'm checking out the SmartWings woven wood shades with a Matter over Thread motor. For our cinema here, we opted for a full blackout natural bamboo woven shade, but they also do zebra shades, traditional fabric roller blinds, and more in a variety of blackout degrees, completely custom made to fit your exact requirements. And that includes what kind of home automation system you'd like to hook it up to. And in this case, of course, we opted for Matter over Thread. More on that later, though they also do a HomeKit specific model, Z-Wave, Zigbee, Alexa only, or no connectivity at all, just with a remote control. The Matter over Thread upgrade is the most expensive, however, at $99 additional. However, it gives you the most flexibility in future when it comes to potentially switching to a new system. If you're new to Matter in general or Thread, then check out our other videos on the topic. So once you've chosen your basic style, you've got a lot more options when it comes to configuration. It can seem a bit overwhelming, but it ensures you're going to get one that's perfect for your situation. Naturally, that includes the exact measurements for drop and width, depending on whether you want to mount the shades inside or outside of your window frame. I would encourage you to check out the How to Measure for Your Shades guide. These woven shades are limited to 89 inches wide and 117 inches drop, though of course, the larger you go, the more expensive they are, and the price can go up quite rapidly. A fully tricked out in the largest possible size reaches just over $1,000. You can choose a left or right side mounted motor, plus each style will have its own additional options such as edge binding on the woven shades. Then you can choose a remote control. You will need at least one for setup, however. Usefully, you can even label the blind for whatever room it's intended. So if you're ordering multiple shades at the same time, they'll have that written on the top on a little label. So when they arrive, you can put them into the right room for installation. The motor is battery powered and charges via USB-C. And I can't remember the last time we charged our other SmartWings blinds, but at least a few months of daily use anyway. Officially, they state 6 hours of charging will net you 600 uses. So at 2 cycles a day, that's going to be a year. But you can also get a solar panel, which will enable them to go indefinitely if you mount it on the sunny side of the house. The only thing to be aware of there is the window width. We have a panel connected to this now, which we actually got for the other blinds, but it didn't fit into the small window pane. So we've used it here instead. This just plugs into the motor and it's easy to keep the cable neatly out of the way. The exact process to fit your shades will depend, of course, on which mounting you chose on the inside frame or outside. But for the inside frame mounting here, you'll first need to drill some pilot holes in the top of your window frame, insert some wall plugs, screw the brackets on, and then the blind itself, the shades, clip onto some bolts and you use a wing nut to secure them from underneath. It's actually quite forgiving there because there are horizontal holes in the top of the shade allowing for some movement left and right. You don't need to be perfectly exact. So it was remarkably easy to fit, and that's coming from someone who doesn't do an awful lot of DIY. However, you do have to supply your own wall plugs. The mounting brackets came with suitable screws in the same style, but not wall plugs. I don't know if it's the same in the US, but over here in the UK, FYI, use the yellow ones, it's perfect. Then we get to the Matter over Thread feature. And again, it was seamless to add it. There's no SmartWings app for enhanced functionality or firmware updates. So it's all done with native integration over your Apple Home or Google Home through Matter. There's a small piece of card with the Matter code that dangles down, and it's also repeated on the top of the shades if you lose that. But don't lose that. Keep it in a folder of all of your Matter codes, because if you do ever delete the device from your system and try to re-add it, you will need that security code. You can use the remote control to initiate pairing mode with a few simple key presses, then just scan the QR Matter code and wait. I had to wait a while, a few minutes. I'm not sure why the long wait, but it did work eventually. Now, as a Matter over Thread device, you will need a Thread border router in your home and within range. So for Apple Home, that's either an Apple TV 4K, a HomePod, or a HomePod Mini. The last one is what I have. That will do the job. And just remember, it must be within range. So ours is just in the corridor out there, no more than 10 meters away. I'm pretty sure that was my HomePod Mini that listened to that, although I'm sure my watch could do it too. Hey Siri. Nope, apparently not. Hey Siri.
Hi, James.
Oh, you're responding from the hallway. Okay. I've not tested the range explicitly because I don't want to break my own Thread network, and frankly it can be delicate at times. But if you are having problems and you need to extend the range, your only option really is to buy some sort of always-on Thread devices, so plug sockets or light switches that always have power running through them. So that will extend it because it's a mesh network. Now, Thread 1.4, if you watched our other video, has actually promised to enable multiple border routers to run the same Thread network, bonding what are at the moment disparate networks, but that's not going to be rolled out yet for a year or so. So either move your border router or extend the mesh with some other devices. To be clear, even if you have a bunch of shades like this, which are battery powered and Thread based, these will not extend the mesh. They need to join the network via a full Thread node, which is either the closest border router or an always-on powered Thread device. So these SmartWings shades have so far been super reliable for me, with instant control, easy automation. The remote works well. It's exactly what you would want from a Thread-based smart home device. Absolutely no complaints there. They're also really quiet, of course. You can hear a motor humming, but compared to, say, the Switchbot curtains, which are enough to wake you up, this is virtually silent. Should you buy the SmartWings shades, would I recommend them? Absolutely. They're almost silent running. They work seamlessly with your Matter smart home for automation and remote control, and they're custom fit to your exact needs with a huge range of styles to choose from. Now, unfortunately, that does mean they're not particularly cheap. As configured, as you can see here, these ones came out to just over $600. That's 68 inches wide by a 39-inch drop. And that does include worldwide shipping, which obviously isn't easy for such an obnoxiously long box. But still, it's a lot of money. And while SmartWings does compare the same or favorably to the scant few other Matter automated options out there, of course, if you already have shades, there's no need to replace them with completely new ones. You can buy a retrofit kit from the likes of ZeniSmart for under $100. It won't be nearly as elegant, but it'll work and it'll save you a bundle. However, if you are working from scratch and you need to kit out the house with automated curtains that are Matter controllable, then I cannot recommend the SmartWings high enough. I've had no complaints, no faults that I could find anyway in the device or the hardware or the Matter side of things. I think SmartWings is a prime example of precisely how a Matter product should work. This is the smart home dream, if you can afford it. I've been James Bruce. You've been watching MatterAlpha.com. If you appreciated this video, hit like and consider subscribing for more reviews just like it all about the Matter smart home. Until next time.